I'm not sure what to call today's video. I've got some more products that I have set aside that I wish I hadn't purchased, that I wouldn't repurchase. I don't know that I would necessarily call them not worth your money. I think they're just not right for me, and I'm gonna tell you why. That's very personal. I'm a hand talker. If that sounds interesting to you, I hope you will consider subscribing. I do more videos like this. I'm 50 years old, aging naturally with as much help from products as I can get, some facials and devices as well. I'm into natural or clean beauty, not necessarily natural for sure. Let's go ahead and jump in. So I recently did a video that was save your money, and like I said, these are products that really didn't work for me. What's happened is I have a bunch of products set aside to declutter, and it's making me crazy. I couldn't even film last week. I just felt so overwhelmed by the amount of stuff I have, and so I've got to either film a video about it or just get rid of these things. And this isn't all, I have more, but that's a separate category. So I decided to break this out into this category of these really didn't work for me. I've got a variety of things. Let's just start with this, not viral, but I feel like this one was really hyped up, the AMICOLE mascara. I love the packaging. It's vibrant, bright, makes me happy. I love that I can read the print very easily. It has a small cone-shaped wand. I really like that, very easy to use. It made my lashes look nice. I don't even remember. I know it was a nice black and I really liked the look. I want to say it was volumizing. It wore so horribly that by the time I left the bathroom, it was under my eyes. I powder under my eyes. I don't understand, but this was an absolute fail. This is basically brand new. It's not brand new in the sense that it's been open for probably 2-3 months, so it does need to go. Brand new in the sense that I used it maybe 5 times, and I spaced it out. Like the first, I wore it a few times back to back and it was just terrible. I was like, maybe this is a mascara that needs time to break in. I gave it that time, like a couple weeks passed, I tried it again, horrible. And that's just, per usual, my allergies are bothering me today. So between videoing and talking, I may be blowing my nose, wiping my nose. That is a personal problem, so don't let well, I'm not talking about any of the makeup on my face today, but anyway, that's what's happening. If you see my nose getting redder or the makeup disappearing from this area, it's because every few minutes I'm blowing my nose or sneezing or the like. Okay, this one is sort of controversial. This is the WESTMAN Atelier. It's a blush stick. I will have to put the name on the screen because I can't read it, but it is the shade Petal. I am a fan of WESTMAN Atelier, although I have another one of her products in here. Well, I have a couple brands that I have more than one of their products. Maybe I'll discuss them back to back instead of by category. I don't know, we'll see. It's gorgeous packaging, heavy, luxurious, magnetic clothes. It's definitely weighty, which is a plus and a minus. It makes it feel luxurious, but at the same time, it's so heavy to travel with or to carry in my purse or do anything with. So I don't like that about it. I understand it's difficult to have the luxury feel and ask these price points and not have it be bulky and heavy and different. Anyway, I do like the packaging. I think it's pretty. It sort of reminds me of, or I feel like Skims, Kim Kardashian's brand, took a page from WESTMAN Atelier's book. Like it reminds me of Stone or something organic. Anyway, I have the shade Petal. This is that perfect everybody shade, and to be honest, it's kind of a dud. It fades throughout the day, but that's not a huge issue. The shade is lovely. It definitely is what it is described as. I guess maybe a neutral rose, I'm not sure. Colors evade me sometimes, like how to describe them. I thought I knew what mauve was, but now I see mauve and I'm like, but isn't that taupe? Am I the only one going through this? Is it an age thing or my eyes changing? I don't know. Anyway, what I find is whenever I put this on, it looks too natural, too boring. I don't see it on my face. It's just, I guess, not the right shade for me. I'm not completely blown away by it. There are just lots of other beautiful formulas, and I wouldn't spend the money on this one. Maybe that is I wouldn't recommend, but none of these would I spend my money on because I'm getting rid of all of them. So take that for what it's worth. Nothing's wrong with it per se. I just want to be clear. It's lovely. It's just, I think it's just the shade, which is the thing about it is Petal is this amazing shade. And at least on my skin tone, on me, it was lackluster. I looked like I needed to put blush on. It didn't give me enough color, and I felt like I really wasted my money. I guess I'll go into the next WESTMAN Atelier product I have. This is the Vital Skincare Complexion Drops. I have the shade Atelier 4. You do need to shake it well. Again, I love the packaging. This one's much lighter, it's sleeker, it's easier to travel with. There's no little ball in there or anything to here, but there is just a bunch of liquid. I hope I can, this is probably too old to find a home for. I'm gonna insert some footage here of it, me applying it on the back of my hand, and you can see what I don't like about it. One, it didn't have a scent, which is nice, but it sort of almost smelled off when I got it, a little chemically. I just think it looks horrible on the skin. It's really just full of mica. It does nothing for texture. I don't understand. I hear, oh, it's got a lot of beautiful oils, and the ingredients are beautiful. I'm not debating that, but I hear people with dry skin will love this. I live in a very dry climate. I have normal skin, but I always moisturize. I always have on sunscreen. It's mineral sunscreen, and so that typically is a little greasier, leaves my skin more hydrated and moisturized. This wore nicely one time, like one time in the entire time I've had it did I put it on and I thought, that's not bad, that's kind of pretty, or at least not terrible like I remember it being. Maybe if I give it a few more tries, I'll understand why people love it and say it's great for mature skin and all these things. It never happened again. This just looks horrible on the skin. I don't understand how this works for people. It just never looks good. This is sort of a, well, no, it's a complexion product. This is the HYNT Beauty Duet Perfecting Concealer. I have the shade DC 2.5, which is medium buff. Do like the packaging. It's glass with a plastic top. It's a creamy product. I thought it was gonna be like the RMS under eye concealer that is just not very pretty under my eyes. I have to powder too much and then it ends up looking cakey. This isn't like that at all. It's a nice consistency. It's a stiffer cream, but I found I still had the same issues basically as with the RMS in the sense that it just accentuates texture. Like it's doing nothing for texture. And yes, I didn't rub it in, but here I'll like tap it in. It's just a thicker cream that for me, unless I really moisturize under my eyes and then put this on, which then meant this was sort of slippery and sludgy and still didn't look good, frankly. This product just really accentuated texture under my eyes. It never looked good. Then I thought, oh, I could use it all over my face as a foundation. And I guess I could. If I put a drop of oil in it and then mix it around, that would really thin it out and make it nicer. But then I'm basically left with that RMS cover-up, uncover-up is what it's called. I didn't like that product. Why would I want to create it out of this just to get use out of it when I have a million other products that I either like better than this or just as little as this, and it's not worth the effort. I don't think that it works for mature skin is what I'm coming down to. I have, like, especially a line, under one or both of my eyes, like just a deeper, I guess now it's a wrinkle. I wouldn't call it a line, and things settle in there. And this especially accentuated, I get dry right in here, especially accentuated just texture where I didn't even have it, but it would create it. And I ended up really disliking this product, which is, I know, a very popular product. So I'm curious if you're around my age, 50, and you still use this product and still love it. I should probably keep concealer in here so I can just put it on my nose in between takes or products or whatever we call what I'm doing here, because I'm now beginning to get self-conscious. I just had to blow my nose again. But I do have a concealer here, and this is another one that just, I feel like is horrible for mature skin. This is the FITGLOW concealer. Some people absolutely love. I have the shade C3. You can tell this is well loved. I've purchased, this was at least the second time I bought it because people love it. And FITGLOW is like makeup that's skincare. Not that you should sleep in it like, I can picture the bottle. Anyway, not that you should sleep in it, but it has gorgeous skincare ingredients. This has probably gone off by now, but I will put it next to the HYNT Beauty Concealer. This I do like that it has the doe foot applicator. It's, I believe, glass packaging. It's a decent shade range. I, again, just found it was too thick and heavy. It does offer nice coverage, but it was just too thick and heavy for my under eyes. It never worked for me. It just created texture, again, where there wasn't. Typically, it's right here that I end up with texture. What am I wearing today is my favorite of all time concealer. I don't know that I'm gonna keep buying concealers, but I probably will. It's the Jane Iredale SPF concealer, or concealer with SPF. I've talked about it in favorites. It just continues to be a favorite because the under eye area is so delicate. I want SPF there. I do put sunscreen under my eyes, but I feel like there's never harm in more, and it has nice coverage and it wears nicely and it looks good and it doesn't accentuate texture. I mean, am I asking for too much for an under eye concealer? I just want it to be creamy and easily spreadable without pulling, to cover the, darkness there or whatever I've got going on and make my texture look better, not worse. So anyway, this didn't dry down enough, and then I had to powder it, and it's already so thick that you can see it's gonna create texture or get muddy, or cakey is the word I'm looking for when you put powder on top of it. But it's one that I tried and tried and tried. Oh, that's the other thing. As it starts to dry down, if you do shear it out, then it picks itself up. Like it's almost sticky and it creates the texture. And even with a brush, I found that happened. So I either had to put too much on and only spread it out a little bit to not get texture, but then it still settled and looked horrible. Or I would spread it out and it would create texture from picking up on itself. It just was never a good situation. So that's another one. Yeah, just let me know in the comments if any of these work for you guys. If you're around my age. I mean, I understand younger people, sure, with perfect skin, they think they have fine lines and wrinkles. They don't know yet. Two products from the same brand again. This is IRIS&ROMEO, and I do like IRIS&ROMEO. I recently purchased their ceramide face mist, I think it's called, and I love it. It's more like a liquid lotion. It's really fantastic. So one of these is the Best Skin Days, which is their foundation with SPF. I have the shade 5, and this is a mini. You can buy directly from them, these trial sizes, which is fabulous. I think the shade was a nice shade for me. This is what it looks like. I did use most of it. The SPF has been increased. This one is SPF 25, but I know it's higher now. I've seen in their marketing that the SPF is higher, and that's why I bought it. The problem with this for me is it's a lot like Bobbi Brown, Jones Rhodes What the Foundation. It never really sets down. And if I want to use this as a sunscreen, I need to put so much on that it's just too thick and uncomfortable for me. I wouldn't, oh, it's dried. It's dried out. Yeah, I can't even really swatch it for you. I wouldn't say I don't recommend this because I really like the product. I like the idea of it. It just, excuse me, it just I think really is better with nothing else on your face as your moisturizer and your sunscreen and your foundation. Maybe apply it in layers. But for me, the way I like my skin to feel, and I'm talking about just not touching my skin, but how I like it to feel as I go throughout the day and what I notice on my face, I like to feel nothing. I don't like to feel even hydrated. I just want to feel nothing. And so this doesn't work for me for that reason because I'd have to apply too much to use it as an SPF. I am sort of changing my mind about these SPF foundation products, and maybe I'll talk about that more in another video, but it is a beautiful finish if I don't apply very much of it, and I do like it, but it just never sets down. That for me is why I don't like it. Okay, this IRIS&ROMEO Power Peptide Lip Balm in the shade Nude. Again, same packaging. This is a full size. I've hardly used this. I definitely gave it its fair shot. Again, glass jar, plastic top. It's kind of weighty. My skin I don't think likes peptides. From the day I got it, I didn't like the texture. It feels like it should be in a bullet. It's really a stiffer cream that does melt upon contact to your skin, but I just found it really messy. I don't like putting my finger in there. This is the shade Nude, which is perfectly fine. It didn't really show up on my lips, and I was expecting it to. But again, that's fine. I didn't like the texture. It just feels like either a lip balm that you dip your finger in and it's off, like it's old because it's sticky. Do you hear that? It's like it's wet on top, but then it's a cream. I didn't like the texture. That's the bottom line. It didn't do anything good for my lips. This is a very personal thing, you know? Lip products are very personal. Some people do well with lanolin. Some people don't. For me, I don't think my skin in general likes peptides, although the skin on your lips is very different from the rest of your face. This didn't do anything for me. I didn't enjoy the experience of reaching in. The color didn't show up at all. And then it kind of icked me out and was messy. And since it is a color, you really had to wipe it off. Also, you guys who've been watching me for a while will understand this. I have a thing about brand consistency. IRIS&ROMEO came out first with their best skin days with SPF, the idea of it being easy, one and done, your skincare and your SPF in one, get out the door. Love that. In my mind, they're a skincare makeup fusion. And while yes, this is skincare and makeup fusion, for me, they were known for having SPF in their product. And I want a lip product with SPF from them. I just do. Now they've come out with more things and none of them have SPF. So I need to get my mind in a different mindset around what IRIS&ROMEO is. But this was the very next product I believe they came out with, and it didn't have SPF, and also that annoys me. I am going to put on some lip product. I'm still using the Sahajan Lip Karma in vanilla. I found that if I bend it at the bottom, like this, it comes out a lot easier. I live at a high altitude, and I said that, but now it won't come out. Here we go. I live at a high altitude, and that really seems to mess with packaging for a lot of products that I get. This is just a nice, occlusive product, and that's really what I prefer. I want something that is moisturizing, but also occlusive, and that IRIS&ROMEO had no occlusivity to it at all. Since I'm ready to wipe the stuff off the back of my hand, I'm gonna go and talk about this 365 from Whole Foods Micellar Cleansing Water. I thought that that's all it was. I didn't do my research, and it turns out it's fragranced and it burns my face. I can't smell it now because nothing's coming out. On the other hand, I love this push top. Like you see at nail salons or something, you push down, it squirts up and out, and it's like no mess, so easy, and I can use it on the back of my hand. I'm trying to remember what the scent is. All-in-one care cleanser, removes makeup, refreshes and moisturizes, no rinsing or harsh rubbing needed. Great for all skin types, dermatologist tested. Well, tested means nothing. I don't know what the scent is. It's a lovely scent and it works really well. I can use this for swatches and videos, but otherwise it's completely pointless, and for me would rather spend more money on something I can use than less money on something I can only partially use for some things, and I still have to spend more money to buy the other thing if I want it to be the thing that I originally purchased this for. Which sometimes I do just want to take my eye makeup off or just make things faster and be done, and definitely cannot do it with this. So that's another thing about me if you're new to my channel. I have sensitivities. I wouldn't say I have sensitive skin. I'm sensitive to essential oils and fragrances and some ingredients that I have not yet figured out what they are. So that seems like a good segue to cleansers. Let's start with the Grown Alchemist Gentle Gel Facial Cleanser. This is a trial size, travel size, sample size. It's 1 fluid ounce. Is that 1 fluid ounce? 1.69 fluid ounces. That's a decent amount. And I don't know if you can see how much I've used. I've used to like right here. So hardly any. It is a nice gel cleanser. I don't believe it's scented. If it's scented, it's just a mild light scent that's really nothing. And I can't remember if it foamed or not. I feel like it did. It was a lovely experience. But after using it a few nights as a second cleanse, every night my eyes were just a little foggy and really itchy, and it finally occurred to me, it's not my allergies, it's this cleanser. And so I stopped using it and that problem went away. And so no matter how well I washed my face, like rinsed after washing my face, and I really made sure to rinse my eyes really well after using this every time, my eyes were just itchy afterwards. Like the skin around my eyes, I didn't get it in my eyes. I don't know what the problem with that is for me. I really have wanted to try things from Grown Alchemist, like all the hype and everything around it, biological beauty. This doesn't work for me. It irritates my eyes. I'm so curious if anyone out there who's watching this, if one of the three of you has tried this, does it bother your eyes? Why does it bother my eyes? This is FOLLAIN Hydrating Cleanser. FOLLAIN used to be a clean beauty store, and then they started their own line, and then they closed. Like so many clean beauty lines have done. I believe Credo bought I don't know if it bought FOLLAIN or if it bought their products, but Credo now carries FOLLAIN. I've never tried it. It tends to be inexpensive and effective, baseline products. So this is 1 fluid ounce with green tea and moringa. It is to purify and nourish. It says it's a hydrating cleanser. And I'll just cut to the chase once again. This dried the crap out of my skin. The first 2 times I used it, I enjoyed it. It did burn my eyes if I opened my eyes while it was on my face, because I do like to test cleansers and see if they burn in that way. And it does. So that was a little disappointing, but the scent reminds me of the Ursa Major products. Really nice and uplifting, refreshing, not overpowering. Lathers nicely, does a beautiful job, but about the 3rd time, maybe the 4th time I used it, it burned. It sensitized my skin to just this. I haven't had a problem with any of my other products that I'm using, so it dried my skin out, it made it sensitive, and if you're gonna be a hydrating cleanser, be a hydrating cleanser. Like, I don't understand. Okay, here's one. I was in Japan over Thanksgiving. Took me a minute, couldn't remember when that was. And Dear Dahlia was sold in one of the department stores, and I follow them on Instagram, and I'm interested in Dear Dahlia. I've never seen it for sale anywhere, so I never purchased anything just because I wanted whatever. I bought a few things from Dear Dahlia while I was there, and this lip gloss is one of them. They have plumping lip glosses, and I put it on the back of my hand just to see what it was like, and I could feel it tingling. And this could have been a language situation. The woman helping me was Japanese. She definitely spoke English very well, answered all my questions. And what I said was, does Dear Dahlia have a lip gloss that isn't plumping? Because that was uncomfortable on the back of my hand. And she said, oh yes. I said, I'll just get a clear. Well, this has to be plumping, because I put it on and my husband said, oh, that's a pretty new color lipstick you got. And I was like, I don't have a colored lipstick on. And then I saw myself in the mirror and my lips were bright red. I don't think it's pH color adjusting. But then, well, first let's talk about the packaging. I mean, how cute is this? I'm one of those people who loves little things. I wish everything came in sample sizes, especially since I love to try so many things. And I just think it's adorable, like a marbleized looking top. It's plastic, it's lightweight, but it's chunky and cute and easy to find in my purse. And then it has this paddle that's not super flexible or bendy. It's almost like hard plastic that they've just put felt around. But anyway, the packaging is so cute. I just had to get something. So it's definitely clear, as you can see. And my lips were bright red when I looked in the mirror. But I thought, okay, maybe it's pH adjusting or whatever. I mean, I noticed a little bit of discomfort. So I reapplied it throughout that day, and I'm not kidding you. We bought it that morning and then went and had drinks with friends at a bar. Yes, I was drinking, but I wasn't like, maybe I was licking my lips. I don't know. I got hives down my arms all the way up to like here. So I thought it was my shirt. I was itching like crazy, scratching. Finally, I went to the bathroom and looked, and I saw the hives. I thought, what did I drink? This and that. Long story short, I figured it out. It was this. It's pretty. It has no scent. It's so cute with its little chunky packaging. And holy crap, there's something in it that maybe it's not plumping. Maybe it just irritated the crap out of my lips, and as I ingested some of it, I'm allergic to it. I have no idea what it could be. So that's my story on the Dear Dahlia lip gloss. Yeah, I think it must be something that irritated my lips. Like this doesn't, it's definitely not pH adjusting because it would have turned pinker or red or whatever it would do, but it's still that clear sort of pinkish shade. I love KJAER WEIS. I love their lip products. This is their matte lipstick. What do they call it? Well, I don't see the name on here, but the shade is Blossoming. It's glass with this beautiful metal top. It's crazy heavy, which I hate, as we've already discussed, so I wouldn't carry it in my purse. It's their matte lip, not lip gloss, I don't know, liquid lip. Matte liquid lip is what I'm betting it's called. Yeah, this is definitely gone because all of KJAER WEIS's products have that scent, which apparently I believe is camellia, and I adore, and some people hate it. It sort of smells like Play-Doh, but in a good way. I mean, I love it. Anyway, I got this when it was first released. It's supposed to be a matte lip that's hydrating and comfortable. And the bottom line is it's a matte lip, and no, it's not hydrating, and no, it's not comfortable. And I can barely wear lipsticks, much less a matte lip, and sort of shame on me for trying it, but also shame on them, like false advertising. I don't care, maybe it is moisturizing or hydrating for a matte lip, but they should say that, like, it's moisturizing and hydrating for a matte lip, like not for a lip product of any kind ever, just for a matte lip. And so it's a no-go. It did keep a sort of sheen to it. Even once it dried down, it has nice pigment, lovely product. It was like moussey when you applied it. It felt moussey on the lips, and I just sheared it out a little bit. But yeah, totally dried the crap out of my lips. I think I have one more of these. These are the RMS lip lights. I have the shades Bear and Rumor. Again, just a situation of me living in altitude. Makes me hate the packaging. Did I bring it in here? I'll be right back. Upon receiving these or purchasing them and opening the box brand new, already the top was busted on Bear. Can you see, like, it's blown out over here? The product just oozes out, so it's not kept properly sealed. Also, it's a somewhat hard product, not like this, not like squeezing this out, but this I believe filled with air upon shipping, and that's why it's hard to get out. These metal, I understand and I appreciate the environmentally friendly conscious aspect they're coming from is aluminum. Though I don't know how you clean it out and recycle it, but more environmentally friendly, you know, than plastic or something else. Because I live at altitude, I'm guessing when I got it, it was already oozing out the top here. And then it's somewhat difficult to squeeze out because, there we go, it's a more hardy product. You can see, like, it's not, I just put it right here. It's not at all liquid or melting in at all. So I'm not gonna rub it in, and let's see how long it does take. Anyway, I hate the packaging. That's number one. I just hate it because what ends up happening is that, or what happened with Rumor, when I got Rumor, I opened it and it came just oozing, like as if I were squeezing it with all my might, just oozing out. And I actually have a little container that I finally grabbed and put it in. But so I actually haven't used all this. This is how much came squirting out of it when I opened it. I'm not the only one living in altitude. I live in Denver, Colorado. I mean, I'm not that remote. It's not so weird. There are other places in the United States that are higher. I don't find these to be special, in addition to hating the packaging, and they're expensive, and that's really it. I resent the packaging and I don't find them to be special. They did recently come out with like a night lip, not serum, maybe a lip serum for overnight serum of some kind, and I just wonder, Bear is clear. I said I wouldn't rub it in, but here I am. It's basically just a wax. I sort of rubbed it in, but you see it went nowhere. And then I did put Rumor down here. Yeah, they're just kind of a flop for me. Yeah, it's just sticky and tacky and thick. They do have a little bit, you know, of the occlusion. Sorry, I thought the dog was nudging me. It has a little bit of the occlusion that I'm looking for, but it doesn't have the hydration and moisturization. So I need to put something on underneath it. It's not super, you know, shiny. I mean, you can see, like, that doesn't look elegant. Look how pretty the Dear Dahlia looks. Nothing terrible about these besides the packaging for me. Personal problem. Well, for millions, I guess it's a personal problem. They're just nothing great. And I don't know what the overnight lip mask is like. I don't think I'm gonna try it. It comes in the same packaging. If I got a free sample, that's really the only way I would try it. But I wanted to show you one that comes in the same packaging, which frustrates me, but it's the Mara Sea Silk Lip Balm. This is the consistency that you should have in one of these tubes, which, by the way, is gonna crack any day now and start oozing out this part. Anyway, this is the right consistency. Oh, one of you asked me, you said you love FITGLOW lip serums. I do too. And is there anything like it? Not that this is necessarily like it, but this is a good alternative. It doesn't have as much, again, long-lasting power to it, but it is beautiful. And I know this is more like a fails video, but here, I'm just gonna squeeze it a teensy bit. Some is already coming out. It's there. It's not all waxy and feeling like I'm putting plastic on my lips. It feels like the KJAER Lip Whip, and it's right here. It's beautiful. I believe it smells like lavender. It's moisturizing. It does stick around for a while. It is that high-end beauty experience. Like, it feels a lot like when I put on my KYPRIS. Where is that? Okay, well, when I put on my KYPRIS lip elixir. This is a similar product. I feel like the KYPRIS does last longer, but anyway, this one is lovely. Here's another foundation. This is the Beauty Pie Everyday Great Skin Foundation. I have the shade 200, which is buttermilky. It's glass packaging with a pump top. There that is. The issue with this one for me is it's just too mattifying and full coverage. I could keep it, add an oil to it to sheer it out some, and that would be just fine. I just have other products and don't need to do that. If I had bought this and it was my one foundation, that is absolutely what I would do, because you can adjust the look of any foundation. This just for me is way too full coverage, ended up looking dry on my skin or making my skin look dry. Well, that's pretty much it. I'm putting it on top of the RMS shade Rumor, so you can see, like, if you want full coverage, you can get it with this. That's just not at all what I'm looking for. But I mean, nothing bad about it. This is just totally the wrong product for me. Okay, another FITGLOW. This is their foundation, and this is another one really nothing wrong with. There's just not a whole lot right with it. This is just called the FITGLOW Foundation Plus, and I have the shade F3.5. Glass packaging, and this is interesting because this came out, I don't know, a year or 2 years ago, I'm not sure. And it has a doe foot applicator. Some people love that, some people hate it. I don't care either way. Has no scent. It's a nice shade match for me. I mean, I think it's really nice. It's also, by the way, like thick and emollient at the same time. Like, it feels like a skincare, like a lotion that comes out and feels watery, but then you rub it and you really are releasing the oils in it. So it's an interesting texture, and what I found is the way to get it to look best is to spread it out with my fingers and then go over it with a damp sponge to really meld it into my skin and make the texture look nice. It's nice, it's fine, but that's all it is. And I just have things that I really like better. It's just, for me, not one that I'm ever reaching for because it doesn't do enough for my skin. It doesn't have the quick and easy use of other products because I feel like I do need to do the 2 steps of using the sponge and pushing it in. It doesn't excite me. I never want to reach for it. I'm never looking to wear it, and that right there says a lot to me. I mean, products that I do reach for, the Merit that stick all the time, my sunny days with the SPF all the time. Oh, the Rose Ink all the time. Even my KJAER WEIS, which I think I have the wrong shade. I actually have it on today, but I also have on a tinted SPF underneath, and I think that's the reason why. My KJAER WEIS, I just love the experience and the scent of that one. all the time. Sometimes the Ritual Diffuse 3-drop foundation. I'm still trying to get to know that one, and it's not my favorite, so I don't reach for it, but I need to do so more. Oh, the Alima Pure, what is it? Well, it's the powder foundation. I love that one. Long story short, I don't love this. I don't hate it. There's really nothing wrong with it. It's just, it doesn't excite me, and I don't care to keep it anymore. I never reach for it. It's taking up space, and I get overwhelmed by all these products. Okay. Well, this will be an honorable mention. It's the FITGLOW. They don't even sell it anymore. It was the Day Essence. I loved it. Basically, I loved the scent, the experience. They made refillable packaging, and then they discontinued it. And I'm mad at FITGLOW, if you can't tell. That's not why I got rid of these 2 other products. But this is a thing that they've been doing, coming out with products and then discontinuing them. As a content creator, it frustrates me because then I can't talk about them. And as a consumer, it frustrates me because I buy the refillable packaging and I get into the product and then it's gone. And I feel like it'd be one thing if they said limited release. I could live with that. I just want transparency. Be upfront with me. Okay, this is a weird one to get rid of. This is so expensive. It's a night cream. It's the KYPRIS Ad Astra Nighttime Eye Cream Emulsion. It is glass packaging. It is beautiful blue. I think it screams luxury, and gosh, it should for that price. The top, I don't know what the top is made of, probably plastic. It doesn't work for me. It is a beautiful gel formula. It's cooling to the touch. It feels moisturizing, feels lovely to put on my eyes. But what I found is after using it, I don't know if it's not moisturizing enough, if it doesn't do some kind of exfoliation that I need. Whatever it is, sometimes the inner corners of my eyes would be crazy itchy when I used it. Oh, and my eyelids, like a definite allergic reaction, again, to nothing. I don't know what to. What I found is even if it was moisturizing my eyes, it wasn't doing anything else good, and I was getting like texture here where I tend to get it closer to the inner corner of my eyes. So I'm going to give this maybe to my sister. Maybe she'll use it. I mean, it weighs a ton, so it'll probably be expensive to shift. 0.47 fluid ounces. The only thing that I found in years now that has been working for me is the 100% pure eye retinol serum cream, and moisturizes and gets rid of this texture right here. That's why I say maybe this doesn't have exfoliation or something, because retinol breaks up the cement between the skin cells. So it does do some exfoliation, which again is why I want to wear SPF under my eyes, because I am using a retinol product, even though I'm not sure how strong it is. I can talk more about that product if you're interested, but that's the only one that I found that's been working for me, where I've noticed I actually don't have texture here when I use that product on a regular basis. So it pains me to give this away. It pains me that this doesn't work for me. It's a gorgeous product. It feels beautiful when you apply it. Like you're just like, I want to keep applying it and applying it. Like it's smooth and silky and beautiful, and it doesn't work for me. And I have reached the end. If you made it this far, please do give the video a thumbs up. Let me know your experience with any of these products. I'm truly curious. And as always, I hope you find some time to pamper yourself today. Bye.